On August 21st of 2019, Cobb County police were requested to make a welfare check at Marsha Edwards' townhouse after her ex-husband couldn't get in contact with her or his 2 children that day. And when police arrived to the Venning area townhouse, they not only discovered the body of 58-year-old Marsha Edwards, but also the bodies of her 2 children, Erin Edwards, who was 20 years old, and Christopher Edwards II, who was 24 years old. And what made this tragic event even more strange was the fact that after an investigation, police determined that Marsha Edwards killed her 2 children before taking her own life. But why would such a well-off, successful woman who always showed her love for her children on Instagram and Facebook kill them? What is up, everyone? Welcome back to GrayDays TV, and today I'm going to be talking about the Marsha Edwards incident, an incident that happened in Atlanta where the 58-year-old mother, Marsha Edwards, killed her 2 adult children who were 20 and 24 years old respectively. Marsha Edwards appeared to have it all. She was a prominent mother of 2 with a medical degree and company, and she plastered her Facebook page with smiling photos documenting what appeared to be a happy Italian vacation with her daughter in August of 2019. With the caption, "I've had the best summer. First with Chris in Miami and Erin in Italy. I could not ask for better children." Both children also seemed to have very promising careers ahead of them. Chris Edwards II graduated from Elon University, where he studied mass media arts, broadcast journalism, and film production. He was also a former television production assistant for ATL PBA and the SEC network, and he was currently working as a digital content manager for the city of Atlanta. His younger sister Erin Edwards was a rising junior at Boston University, where she studied journalism, and she had just finished an internship earlier that summer with WNBC in New York City. Their father, Dr. Christopher Edwards, like their mother, was also very accomplished. He is a prominent Atlanta surgeon who is a board member both at the Atlanta Housing Authority and Morehouse School of Medicine. So this family was very well off and established in Atlanta, and their status as a whole was what made this tragic event so mysterious. At the time of the event, no one could really understand how such an established, successful woman could not only take her life, but the life of her 2 children. And unfortunately, that question may never be concretely answered. A few weeks before their death, on Thursday, August 8th, Marsha Edwards posted pictures of herself with her son Chris in Miami at an event they attended together. 3 days later, on August 11th, Marsha posted the first of many pictures of her and her daughter together in Italy. About 2 weeks later, on August 20th, everyone was back in Atlanta, and Erin Edwards had dinner with her father, Dr. Christopher Edwards, with Erin due to go to Boston the next day to return to school. The next day, Wednesday, August 21st, Chris Edwards II failed to show up to work, and eventually his supervisor called his father. His father then tried to get in contact with him, and when he couldn't, he tried to get in contact with his ex-wife Marsha and his daughter Erin. And after he was unable to contact anyone in his family, which was very strange to him, he contacted Cobb County police to do a welfare check at his ex-wife Marsha's house. He then met the police at his ex-wife's condo, and that is where they discovered the bodies. And it was determined very early on that Marsha Edwards committed this crime, but after the autopsy report was released, it made things a little more clearer on why exactly police thought she did this. The autopsy report revealed that Marsha Edwards shot her son, Chris Edwards II, at least 5 times as he laid in a bed, which was located in a different room than the room that her and her daughter Erin's body was found. The report also stated that Marsha Edwards shot her daughter Erin 3 times before shooting herself once in the chest. Per meeting with Detective Murphy of the Cobb County Police Department, investigation shows no evidence of a 4th party being involved in the 3 deaths at the residence. Based on the information available at this time, the cause of death is certified as gunshot wound of the chest. Given the findings of the police investigation, the manner of death is certified as suicide. The report also stated that a small amount of alcohol was discovered in Marsha Edwards' system, but it was well below the legal limit, and it could have easily been a byproduct of the decomposition process. A week later, on August 28th of 2019, hundreds gathered at a memorial service at Cascade United Methodist Church to celebrate the lives of Marsha, Christopher, and Erin Edwards, and remember the deceased as they were. Undoubtedly, with some wondering why Marsha would do such an unspeakable act like filicide. Filicide being the killing of a son or a daughter by a parent. But in most cases of filicide, young children are usually the victims, not adults. In fact, a study published in 2014 analyzed filicide cases between 1976 and 2007 and found about 72% of the victims were under the age of 7, while adult children between the ages of 18 and 40 made up about 13% of the victims. Philip Resnick, a professor of psychiatry at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, said in many cases mothers commit altruistic filicide driven by a desire to not leave their children motherless and believing it best they die together. Another common motive for filicide is spouse revenge, which is basically when the spouse kills the child to get back at the ex for either the fact that they cheated on them or maybe because of a custody dispute. But both types of cases almost always involve small children and not children who are 20 and 24 years old who are providing for themselves at that point, almost. Resnick even stated that this situation was very unusual. And since it isn't known if Marsha Edwards suffered from any mental or physical illnesses, most experts believe that she probably suffered from depression. With Dr. Park Dietz stating that people who are severely depressed or suicidal can mask their pain and create illusions of happiness on social media. He also stated that such people are less likely to seek help and that others may not know that they are suffering. Don't trust selfies, Dietz said. What people post on social media should not be construed as the true picture of their life. And I think that is a very important point. Now, I know that there are some people out there who maybe don't believe that Marsha Edwards committed this crime. I have also seen people state that Dr. Christopher Edwards was getting remarried and that may have triggered Marsha to do this unspeakable crime. I don't know if that is factual or not. That's why I just sort of mentioned it just now. But if that is the case, then that makes the assumption that Marsha was extremely depressed even more probable. With social media being as prevalent as it is in our lives at this point, it sometimes gets hard to differentiate what you see on social media from what you are actually experiencing in real life. And unfortunately, I think in this case, that is what happened to the community of Atlanta who were seeing these pictures that Marsha posted and all these great comments about how much she loved her children. And people saw those posts and the success that the family had, and they just assumed that the family was happy and everything was fine. And maybe it was for everyone in that family except for Marsha Edwards. I know for some people, they look at the post she made and they say, how could she love her children so much but do what she did? But I think after understanding that she may have been suffering from depression and understanding the thought process of a parent who would kill their children, I actually think it makes more sense now that she did this after understanding how much she loved her children and the thought process of someone who would commit filicide. Now, I understand that there are some people who, again, don't believe that Marsha Edwards could have done this and that maybe there was a third party involved. I can't speak to that because I don't want to just throw accusations out there with no evidence to latch on to it. So I'm going to leave that alone, but make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you believe that there may have been some third party involved in this? Or do you believe that Marsha Edwards, for one reason or another, did commit this horrible crime? I'd love to know your opinions on this. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being so patient. I know it's been a very long time since I posted a video. Life gets in the way of some things sometimes. I'm really sorry about that. But again, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out the next video, which will probably be posted on Wednesday. I think Wednesdays will be my new schedule for posting videos, just because it gives me enough time to record, edit, and upload. So be sure to look out for videos. Hopefully they come weekly. But again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys Continue to have a great day, great week, great month, great year. And like always, I will catch you next video.